The Disney company is a controversial one. I'd describe them as the corporate reality of that I have two personalities, nicest person you'll ever meet, and twisted fucking psychopath meme. On the surface, they wear a happy, smiling face, welcoming you in with classic movies and characters. Meanwhile, they're slowly taking over the entertainment industry, destroying copyright law, disrespecting fans of beloved properties, bowing down to China's racism and homophobia, manipulative marketing campaigns, and ignoring rampant sexual abuse within their theme parks. Or at least, that's what this piece of shit on Quora said. People hate them because they're greedy. Well, they're a company, I don't know what you expected them to be. They own everything from like Mickey Mouse, Cinderella, dinosaurs,
Pocahontas.
Marvel, Star Wars, The Muppets, The Simpsons, Family Guy, Always Sunny, Quentin Tarantino, Alien, Predator, Clerks, and in the weirdest twist, paid iDubbbz and PewDiePie for years through their ownership of Maker Studio. But what's so strange about the Disney hate to me is that Disney is perceived as this evil enterprise that will someday take over the entire world, despite the fact that they don't even have their own anarcho-capitalist sovereign state sci-fi horror city. Or at least, they never followed through on their promise to build one.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody knows what EPCOT is, except for me because I never went to Disney World. Not only could we probably not afford it, nor did I really give a shit, I wanted to go to Legoland more anyway. If there are any bad bitches who want to fuck around and build some Lego, hit my line. All these kids I grew up with are like, eat the rich, ACAB, but meanwhile they can afford to go to Disney World multiple times a year, while I'm out in the content fields toiling to make an honest living for my wife and daughter, trying to figure out the perfect thumbnail for my gay moments in Garfield and Friends compilation. This is real life, and where are they? Going to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Pathetic. Disney World and all their silly little theme parks are often marketed as the happiest places on Earth, which is just false. The happiest place on Earth was the hospital delivery room the day my daughter was born. That's real life. That's real love. The man behind the magic, Walter Elias Disney, was a complicated man. A tortured artist, a visionary, and an entrepreneur. Nothing was ever too out there or too ambitious for him. He transformed the cartoon industry. Hell, he practically invented it. Some of these early cartoons are still kind of impressive to simple old me. I mean, they did that in 1923, holy shit. But Disney had a dark side. Like most American businessmen, he fucking loved trains. He loved trains. Disney even had a train installed in his backyard and would force house guests to take rides in his locomotive. Because he was just that fucked up of a guy. Being the guy who founded the studio responsible for Shaggy Dog weighs heavy on a man's soul. Was this what I was to be remembered for? Am I simply the guy who pushed the first domino that led to this? Walt Disney knew his clock was ticking. Time was running out. It may sound petty to commoners like us who will all work at Staples in Evanston, Illinois for the next 70 years, but to Walt? He didn't want to just be the guy who pioneered both revolutionary animation and theme park excellence. He wanted people to remember him as a figurehead in American history. Someone whom this world would never forget, for his influence could be seen by simply looking out the window. Walt's grand scheme was simple. Buy 27,400 acres of land in central Florida near Orlando to build a second theme park, and then establish a sci-fi dictatorship a few miles away. A city that he would be calling EPCOT. EPCOT stands for Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. Before becoming whatever the fuck it is today, Walt had insane dreams for this area. He saw many things wrong with this world. Disrespectful youth, noisy trash pickup, dangerous automobiles, and homelessness. EPCOT was going to be a functioning city where he would prove that he alone could solve all of these issues while also creating, from the ground up, the most intelligently designed city in the world. A city 25 years ahead of everyone else with technology and quality of life. And also a giant Half-Life 2 style monolith hotel where I can only assume evil, horrible shit would happen. So how would EPCOT solve the issues other cities fell victim to? Firstly, with the design. This napkin scribble that looks like a Resident Evil 2 puzzle item was the basis for EPCOT. It was to be designed circular with several layers representing different districts and uses. The outermost nutsack district is for cul-de-sac neighborhoods, with roads looping behind instead of within, because he hated cars. So much so he was even going to make driving on roads cost money. Walt, baby, I know you don't like cars now, but check out this shit. Yeah, so think about that next time you try to redesign urban environments to put distance between pedestrians and automobiles for safety reasons. Think about that guy who died in 1966. Not only would making drift montages set to funk beats be illegal, but so would unemployment and retirement. The citizens of EPCOT would have to be employed to, quote, the best of their abilities, which means you would work from 18 to death, or if you just moved away. Although looking at this map, I'm noticing a really cool fun fact that you got swamps on your east and west, and the only way in and out of the city is through Disney. Huh. Not really relevant to this part in particular, but I wonder if that would ever come into play if, say, martial law ever came into effect and the city became dangerous or Disney started, really, abusing the citizens. Kind of interesting that, Disney would also be the only one to allow you to leave. So, okay, fine. I can never retire, but at least I get full municipal voting rights. I can vote on elected officials to serve my interests, right? No. And not in EPCOT either. Bang! Political commentary. No, but seriously, EPCOT was not going to have any municipal voting rights. That's local elections, so city council, mayor, comptroller, all that shit. It was extremely important to Walt that nobody but him be in charge of the city. If other people got to have a say in their lives, it would, quote, suck. People are stupid. They buy one-ply toilet paper, eat eggshells off the dirt, and their favorite movie is Holmes and Watson. Why the fuck should I give them voting rights? I guess technically in the 1960s, this would be the most equal city in America. Because here nobody would have rights. But I mean, how would this even be possible? How would a city within the United States not have representatives and elections? Well, that all comes down to a loophole called Broke-Ass's Dilemma. See, if only one person owns all the land and everyone else is simply renting, and therefore not owning any land, they have no authority over what happens in the city. Because it's not their city. But what sort of things would people in such a perfect city even want to vote on? Disney wanted to get all sorts of maniacs, freaks, bozos, and mad scientists into the city, all sorts of industry movers, shakers, and tinkerers. He wanted them to basically be running non-stop psychological warfare on the populace. They would be constantly invading your homes and installing new horrifying tech and running experiments on the people. So people might want to vote against that stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Wouldn't matter what they want, however, Disney's slogan is pound sand and eat shit. Moving into the center of the city would be low-income apartments and shopping districts, which would be inside this domed, climate-controlled megastructure full of monorails, cultural centers, some shit. I don't really remember. I'm writing this on the couch while laying down, and honestly, I'm so comfortable right now, and I am thoroughly distracted. I got the ABC's Muppet Show from 2015 going on my roommate's Disney Plus, and this show is fucking weird. The concept of Muppets in an office environment is actually not bad as long as they're doing Muppet shit. You know, Benson and Beaker turned the copy machine into a cloning machine. Animal as a salesman, that could be funny. There's potential here, I'm telling you. Why are any of them good at their jobs? Miss Piggy isn't beating the living shit out of Kermit. Disney couldn't even do the Muppets right, but yeah, I totally trust them to be in charge of a city and run a nuclear power plant and have a police force. They totally won't do anything not chill there. Oh yeah, Florida gave them full permission to do both of those things among other insane privileges. What do you think of EPCOT? Would you live there? No voting, psychological techno-warfare, giant threatening monolith hotel, only one way out of the city with dangerous swamps on the other side, a Mickey Mouse Chernobyl waiting to happen. In the years leading up to it, Walt became even more deranged than before, constantly forcing people from their songwriting department to sing Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins to him in his office while he looked out his window and wept. Are we the birds? His hand gently extended out to us. Walt didn't care about the new theme park or Shaggy Dog 2 or anything else besides EPCOT. He needed this. Not even the choo-choo train in his backyard brought him solace. He saw EPCOT everywhere he went, and the smile of every child, the colors in each rainbow, the hospital ceiling where he died on December 6, 1966. After his death, the new higher-ups at the company looked at his plans, wiped their asses with it Shrek style, and turned it into just another theme park. But not before using the film Disney made about the city to try and trick Florida's government into granting them those powers I mentioned earlier. Which actually makes me fear their intentions far more, knowing I don't know why they wanted them anymore. Disney World is allowed to establish their own police force and nuclear power plant. Why? So that's Epcot City. Personally, if I were Walt Disney, I'd just get me some top. That's all I need. Just some top. Top hit different in 1957. But there were still some neat ideas in these plans, like the underground highways that would fill up with CO2 immediately and kill everyone. I don't have any idea how to end this. Lego bitches, hit my line. Also, Walt Disney, if the rumors are true and you actually are still alive and you see this and I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. You can run me over with a train.